Hey there, it's War Monty, and I wanted to give you a quick guide on knowledge, tomes, and research. That way you could have a better understanding of this game, and this is meant for basically beginners and possibly some advanced players. So first off, if you look in the top left, you will see knowledge, and this basically is just adding up all your research points. And the reason for this video is research points can be lost if you're not actually researching things. So it's very important to do this for, progression in the game. Alright, well, so how do I get these research points for progression in the game? So if you click on your city, this will show you how much research income you have earned per turn. And if you look at the top, that is the total with all your cities and stuff. As a side note, I do advise increasing production because that allows you to build research centers faster, which is, simple things like lumberyards. So how you increase your research income is you build these research posts like you see right here. There's also buildings you could build in your town that increase your research. So when I start a new game, the first thing I'm always trying to do is expand into areas that increase my research and production. But see right here, this gives me option of research, and I always take the option of research because it gives you mana in research. I feel like mana is not too important early game just because you need to have things unlocked to summon things. So therefore, research post is by far the best of these options. I always go for research post if it's available, just because it's the best of both worlds. I get mana and research. And you can actually change this out if you want. With this circle button right here, you can actually change this out anytime, and typically late game I will switch it out to maybe a mana post. That way it could have more things summoned, for example. So this is available, but I think the best first one you could pick is research post. And so if you look at the top left, it shows you how many turns it will take for me to finish this research. And I'm going to end the turn, and you'll see it says 1, and it'll change to 0 once it hits my turn, which is right about now. So it's at 0, and I could actually click a new research now. So it's always going to give you 3 options, and these are 3 options of all the tomes you have unlocked in the game. So what the cycle is every single time you unlock a new tome, you have to do 4 researches before you could do another tome. And if you look in the bottom left here, it actually shows me I have 3 researches left before I get to the next tome. And I can shuffle by clicking that button. And it will just shuffle things up between all your tomes, and eventually you'll get the items that you want to unlock. And what I'm shuffling for is I'm actually looking for the cheapest item to research, which is this one. It shows it's actually going to take 1 turn. And the reason why I'm doing that is it helps me progress through my research. So yes, I always grab, what powers I'm looking for, but at the same time, I'm not going to research something that takes forever that I'm not even going to use. So I pick the quickest thing, and that will help me progress the fastest. So if you click Tome Library, it will show you all the things that you could unlock for that affinity. And if you're looking to unlock tomes and higher tier stuff that you see locked, if you just scroll over it like this, you could actually see what is required to unlock this tome. And I'm required to unlock 2 tier 3s to unlock this 4, but that's of any affinity, but it also requires 6 of Astral. Hey, but how do I know how many affinities I have? So you're going to click this button right here, and this will actually show you how many affinities you have and stuff. And this is scaled based on how you set up your character, so from the start you could start with more affinities than something else, but at the same time, as you're researching things, you will get +2 for every tome you unlock of that affinity. So to unlock a tier 4, it requires technically just 3 tomes and 1 affinity, and also 2 tier 3s of any affinity. And of course, if you started with stuff in that affinity, that will increase your progression in it. So as you unlock 4 researches, you'll get a new option of a new tome. However, it doesn't really show you all your options available. It just shows you a selection of typically 2 of each tome. So if you go to Show Tome Library, and this is actually going to give you more options of tomes. And if you're looking for exact power, I would actually just find the tome that you're looking for the power and click that one, because it's not always going to be on that scrolling list. And just so you know, there's only one tier 5 tome you could actually unlock. So you can't actually unlock in each tome, but you could unlock everything else in each tome. So only one tier 5 tome, and anything else is pretty much optional for you. And now for a mega tip. Let's just say it's late game and I only have 2 order, but I want a tier 4 tome so I could unlock Angel Eyes, which I think is a very cool power. So early in this video I was telling you, for each tome you unlock you get 2 affinity points. For example, I'm trying to unlock Order, so the quickest way for me to actually unlock Order with my high points is I would click tier 1 tier. And the reason is they're only going to cost like 100 to 200 for each research, and I could do multiple ones. Which, what I mean is, I could do multiple researches in one turn if I click tier 1 tomes. So my plan is I'm going to unlock both tier 1 tomes, and that will actually unlock the 4th tier, so I could get the power that I want, which is Angel Eyes. And as you see, they will cost incredibly cheap. They're actually going to cost about 200 in research for these, and the more tier 1 tomes you have in your list, the faster you could get your research done to unlock more tomes. And for example, how many times does 200 go into 1200, which is my total research up here? Yeah, this is late game, but you know, probably mid game you're probably at 600 research, so still do the math. You could do 3 tomes in one turn. It's insane. See, I clicked it and Ari went through, and I'm gonna click another. And so I'm just kind of looking at what's the cheapest one. And if I only want cheapest, I'd pick this one. And if there wasn't a cheap one, I'd just shuffle again. The gold golem's actually pretty good, so I'm gonna pick that. But yeah, if you guys like this video, throw a thumbs up. I hope I taught you all the tips and tricks about knowledge, tomes, and research. So yeah, you guys have a good one.